Julian Ruck, 1423 Lapeer Avenue, Polly's Place. So some of you may not know that tomorrow, the mayor and I actually have a meeting planned in her office, 1:30, with maybe one other council member. We shall see. I might be able to bring one of our board members. The meeting is supposed to be about what the Harrison Point nonprofit is all about. But if we could just kind of untangle things for a minute. I personally am not a big fan of nonprofit models. I think when it comes to community action, sometimes they can be pretty slow moving and can often become a lot more about maintaining a social group than the directive. So we didn't start that way. Historically speaking, a lot of positive change has happened when benevolent dictators take over. Cincinnatus in ancient Rome is one. Some have called FDR one as well. Just somebody the public trusts and who trusts themselves to do the right thing. So with Polly's Place and the LLC I started that purchased it, that was generally the idea. I own it. I know best. What I say goes. I only created the nonprofit because the city wouldn't talk to me otherwise. We were told repeatedly, start a nonprofit and then we can have a conversation. And then also talk to David Haynes, the overburdened David Haynes. So we've created this nonprofit and built formula around what we've done, but what we've done has started with putting a couple plants in the ground 3 seasons ago in that neighborhood. And the relationships and friendships we've created are real and tangible, the kind of thing you create nonprofits for, right? We built it from the ground up. So I want to be clear that the nonprofit is just a way to define the thing we've already created, not a path to creating the thing. And it's my last 2 minutes. I've been avoiding talking about my own personal history too much because to me it's not about that. It's about urban gardening and, in my opinion, no fewer than 50 free food gardens inside city limits is my goal. But, you know, in 20 years away, I did a lot of stuff. So in my last minute and a half here and before our meeting tomorrow, I just want to make sure you all know some of my background. I'm the world's leading expert on one thing, quite literally. No one else knows more about it than me, and that's marathon musical world records. Some of you may know that I broke a 25-hour ukulele world record at the Raven in 2016. I've also played 30 hours. I've also organized the longest concert in human history, which was 34 days long, 24 hours a day. 8 years ago, it's still the longest concert in history. Found myself rapping with the late, great Coolio at 4 o'clock in the morning in the middle of that event. Been a musician for 20 years. I've also organized the 4th longest concert in history, and I run worldrecordsofmusic.com, which is the online wiki and main source and authority on marathon musical world records. But along the way, I've recorded 10 albums. I've started projects in a half dozen communities, many of which that are ongoing even to this day. And I would love to move on to the next city. But obviously, we're at a little impasse here. So I'm very much hoping that tomorrow we can unblock the blockage. You know, I don't think I am who you think I am. So let's change that. Thanks.